In the Hall of Memories at Auckland War Memorial Museum, two men mark a piece, one that's taken 42 years to reach, with patience and understanding.
I'm so grateful. It means just the world to me.
On balance, we've got a really good outcome for both the museum and the family.
It's the outcome of a story Fairgo brought to light on Anzac Day.
His aircraft had sustained 21 hits at very close range.
Roscoe's father, Douglas Patterson, was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross during the Vietnam War.
Despite his knowledge of accuracy and intensity of the enemy fire, Flight Lieutenant Patterson returned to the area in a replacement aircraft and completed the resupply mission. As a result of his courageous actions, the Australian Army platoon was able to break contact successfully and withdraw without loss of life.
That offered some consolation when Douglas died 10 years later in 1980.
They came to his funeral and, paid respects to him. They knew him and he saved their lives.
But it also drew the attention of a medal collector who convinced Margaret to part with these, although, as Fairgo discovered, it wasn't exactly tidy.
So you yourself would have concluded a written agreement with her when you uplifted the medals?
Yes, of course. But you see, I could say people lose these things too.
Roscoe had tried in vain to get the medals back, but the collector gifted them to the museum, which was very glad to have them.
They are incredibly important, and from a conflict that isn't so well documented. So our curatorial team particularly were keen to have them as part of the museum's collection to be available for the telling of those stories.
But soon after this Anzac story has been told, the museum agrees to a face-to-face meeting in private. Roscoe, son Blair and their supporters explain why it is so important to have the medals back with the family.
I was in tears, along with a few other people in the room, so that was very pleasant to see. It is a step in the right direction.
New information comes to light and you adjust your view.
It's still taken months. Museums don't take these decisions lightly.
It's a meaningful thing for us to have more deeply looked at the situation of the original acquisition of these medals, to understand it better through face-to-face conversation, when some things were able to be said verbally that weren't reflected in the official written record, and reconsider the decision.
Which brings us all here for a big step in the right direction.
I'm very pleased today to return your father's medals to you and your family. So here they are, been all cared for and presented back to you.
Well, this has been such an emotional roller coaster for the last 42 years to get those. Oh my goodness. When David handed them to me, I was shaking. I'm just so ever grateful to everyone that's been involved, everyone that supported me, and to the museum for returning, but especially to you guys at Fairgo. You brought the new information to light and put on a very professional show so that everyone had a solid look at it, and it managed to return the medals to the family.
And in return, Roscoe has these replicas he's paid for, a complete set of his father's decorations to present.
We really appreciate that gesture.
And there's this, a scrapbook of Douglas Patterson's wartime memories that the museum will hold on to and use to tell that history. A history with a new chapter, one Roscoe is eager to share with his father.
1 hour from now, I will be driving to Waipu very calmly, and he will see them this afternoon. It means that much to me. Yeah, it certainly does.